Meeting of the Kennedale Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Governance Code, Chapter 551. And first on the list will be our roll call. Ms. W. Gomez.
Here.
Mr. Sean Glovier.
Here.
Ms. Dr. Maria Douglas.
Here.
And Ms. Moody.
Here.
And Mr. Serta. Here. Ms. Douglas is, Ms. Cruz Perez is on her way. She will be here shortly. Darrell Owens is here, so we do have a quorum of members that are present. Okay. So for the special meeting, let's see if there are any comments on the on the agenda item. Any public comments on the agenda items? Does anyone sign up?
No.
No one. So we have no one signed up for any comments, public comments on the agenda items. Okay. So then next, we will, thank you very much. Back there. Okay, so since this is a very special day, after the first meeting after the May election, we now will elect our board officers. So we will
We have to sign and distribute certificates of election.
Oh,
You have to do 4A.
all the other good stuff. Okay, so 4A. Okay, so I will distribute the election certificates after I read this. Okay. So the three board seats that were up for election was the board trustee, Mr. Sean Glovier,
Present.
Miss Debbie Villagomez,
Here.
and Dr. Maria Douglas.
Here.
Okay, so for the three of you, as I do the certificate of elections, let me read this, and then if you agree, let me hear you say I will, or I do, or I affirm, whichever makes you feel best. In the name, excuse me?
Is this the oath? Do we need to?
No. First we do the certificate of elections,
My apologies.
and then after certificate of elections, then we will do the statement of the elected office. And after that, then I will administer the oath of office to each of you. So that will be the order in which we will go in, okay?
It's my second time.
Squared away right here.
So first, we go with the certificate of election, okay? In the name and by the authority of the Kennedale Independent School District, this is to certify that first, Sean Glovier, second, Ms. Debbie Villagomez, and third, Dr. Maria Douglas, was duly elected for the purpose of the May 4th, 2024 election, pursuant to the certificate of unopposed candidates issued on March 26, 2024, canceling the election that was scheduled to be on May 4th, 2024. So for the position of school board trustee. In the testimony whereof you're testifying that you've signed your name and caused the seal of Kennedale ISD to be affixed on this 21st day of May 2024. I say congratulations to each of you for being duly elected. So I will pass this to Mr. Sean Glovier. I will also pass this to Ms. Debbie V. Gomez, and I'll pass this to Dr. Maria Douglas. So I will need you guys to sign at the bottom of that, please, and then return that to me.
Anyway.
There's a spot at the
Presiding
bottom.
officer.
That's just it.
Sounds a little weird.
No. Okay, so,
Cover your.
hang on. I don't think there's a spot for him to sign. It's just-
I have that.
No.
Oh, it says someone else.
It's for someone else.
It's just your auditors.
Okay, so we will do this, and I will sign these. Okay. All right.
Sorry, what they had to sign. This is what they had to sign.
Next, this is going to be the statement of elected office.
Can you do my pen?
So this statement says that,
This says Maria.
Oh, this one says you.
Thank
this
you.
statement says that Sean Glovier,
This one says you.
Debbie V. Gomez, and Dr. Maria Douglas
That's the wrong one, the wrong person.
do solemnly,
That's hers.
okay, if you guys are interested in what I'm saying.
I think that's the wrong one.
That's okay. And Mr. Glover, I'll pass it to you in just a second. And it does read that you do solemnly swear or affirm that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promise any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be, so help me God. The title of the position which is elected or appointed to is Kennedale ISD School Board Place Number 1. That is for Mr. Glovier, and place number 2, I believe, for Ms. Olivia Gomez, and place number 3 for Dr. Maria Douglas. So on this one, you will need to sign, and I'll pass that to Mrs. Glovier.
Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Evans, there's just a whole lot of wrong papers.
Okay, and you can get that back from the 3 of you. Okay, so I will now ask the 3 of you to step in front and face the audience. Right up here.
Very good usher.
Right up here. Okay, and when I get to the point where I say state your name, please state your own name. Okay? The State of Texas Oath of Office. In the name and by the authority of the State of Texas, I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of School Board Trustee for the Kennedale Independent School District of the State of Texas. And I will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of this state. So help me God. If you do, say I do.
I do.
Or I will. All right. So, this will be sworn, and you will inscribe your name on this 21st day of May 2024. May 21st day of May 2024. So if you will have your seat, I will pass these out to you, and then I will have you sign them and return them to me again. Okay? All right. Pictures? Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That would be for Mrs. Gomez. And this would be for Mr. Rose. And this will be for Dr. Douglas.
That day, just show up.
You have it open on your phone,
Okay.
and then you should show the person.
Okay.
Is what the directions are.
Yeah.
That's what the directions.
Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone back to the board after your election. Dr. Douglas, Ms. Villagomez, and Mr. Glovier.
It's good to be
Okay.
here.
The board will now adjourn into closed session pursuant to Texas Governance Code 551.074 to consider board reorganization. Yes, Time. Okay, we return from closed session at 6:34 p.m. We now go into the reorganization of the board. Okay, so the chair says that all offices are declared vacant, and we will now accept nominations for the office of president.
I'd like to nominate Daryl Owens for president.
Daryl Owens has been nominated for the office of president of the board.
Second.
Well, let's see if there are any other nominations before we close it. Are there any additional nominations for the office of president? And there are no other nominations for the office of president. Okay, so for Daryl Owens, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, great. And since there are no other nominations, we will vote on Daryl Owens as president of the school board. All in favor of Daryl Owens, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And Daryl Owens has been elected as school board president for the next year. Okay? We now accept nominations are in order for the office of vice president.
I nominate Sean Glovier for vice president.
Sean Glovier for vice president. Are there any other nominations? Okay, so is there a second for Sean Glovier?
I'll second.
Okay, that nomination is seconded by Dr. Douglas. I forgot, who seconded the first one?
I do.
That was, okay, so we know we have that. Okay, and so now since there are no additional nominations, nominations are now closed. And all in favor of Sean Glovier for vice president, let it be known by the sound aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And there's none that show opposed, therefore Sean Glovier will be the new vice president of the Board of Trustees. And the chair now will take a look at the office of secretary. And are there any nominations for the office of secretary?
I would like to nominate Miss Debbie Villagomez.
So Ms. Cruz Perez has nominated Ms. Debbie Villagomez for the office of secretary. Are there any additional nominations for the office of secretary? Okay, so is there a second for Ms. Villagomez as for the office of secretary?
Second.
Second by Mr. Glovier. So all in favor of Ms. Villagomez not for secretary, let it be known by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then Ms. Debbie Villagomez elected for the office of secretary. So from the elections that we've just had, Daryl Owens has been elected as board president. Mr. Sean Glovier has been elected as vice president. And Ms. Debbie Villagomez has been elected as secretary. So congratulations to everyone who is serving that position. Okay, so we're not going to change seats, and Mr. Glovier, if you don't mind, just continue doing all this until the end of this meeting. Okay? All right, awesome. So we will now adjourn from the special meeting at